Right, let's go on in, see if we can find the man himself. Here he is. Hello, Dom. Good to meet you again, mate.
How are you doing?
I'm doing
Good
very
to
well.
see you again.
Good to see you. What are we doing? Rock, paper, scissors. You lose.
Welcome to the workshop.
Thank you. It's amazing to see firsthand. Got so many crazy projects here. Do you want to tell me about a few of them?
Tell me about it. Where do I start?
How about this beauty right here?
Yeah. Okay. 1963 Triumph Tiger. 350. It's been a pain. An absolute pain.
Yeah.
I thought it was the classic kind of, I don't know how long you want this to be, the classic case of a barn find, untouched, lovely original bike. Turns out it was a complete wreck and it was a disaster, and it's been a ton of work. The whole thing's been completely rebuilt. Bespoke one-off aluminium handmade tank by Tattoo Classics. Original Bates seat from California. It's been restuffed with the original leather. And the whole thing has been rebuilt. And the ignition and the wiring has been the most painful part. Trying to figure out the electronic ignition.
Yeah, and I think you've just figured that out, got it running perfect now,
literally
right?
I haven't actually had time
Yeah.
to ride it
So
yet,
what was that? What did you actually do to change the ignition?
A whole new ignition system.
Right.
Basically trying to have it running without battery to keep things simple. So there's no ignition key, there's no battery, there's no anything like that. It's just kick it and it goes.
Absolutely awesome. Such a classic looking thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Love the patina all over it. It's like, yeah.
This is all from welding. And you could actually this is all the silicon bronze.
So you fabricate this as an oil tank.
I had to move it because the filler was up here before, but this new seat meant the filler had to move, which meant the back had to be cut off. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah. Awesome. And I can just see hiding in the background, I'm sure this is probably a lot of people's favourite. This is an absolute beauty. And I don't think many people in the world probably would have taken this on. This is a Porsche 356?
This is a 57 356A, super rare car.
Yeah.
From my dream car. I've wanted one of these for as soon as since I've been able to drive. I've wanted one of these.
Yeah. So your first car was a Beetle,
Beetle,
right?
Yeah, exactly.
So Ferdinand Porsche.
And it was always meant to be, but trying to get one, they're so expensive.
And quite a lot of it looked like that. Yeah.
That's a good bit.
Yeah, but I mean the amount of work you've done on this rear end
with the whole engine bay now.
Incredible.
The whole engine bay is you can sort of, I don't know, it's a bit dark. You can see in there. You probably can't really see, but we've got all of the surround panels all in, the chassis legs all in, and then this is the outer skin, the outer bodywork, which is about to go on next. So when I get a bit more time, the rear panel, the rear arches, the whole back end is going to come together.
Amazing.
Yeah, we'll get there. It's just a long road.
Right, and you're getting quite famous, Dom, for reworking these Ranelers, which is a bit like an English wheel, right? So, forming metal?
Exactly. So this is one of the newest ones, which actually not many people have seen. This is a prototype. This is a half wheel. The original ones are like this.
Yeah.
6 foot tall, nearly a ton, cast iron, solid machine. This is an original machine, which are very rare and very hard to get hold of. And the art of using these machines, wheeling, using these machines to manipulate metal, compound curves, double curves in panels, used for making aeroplane panels, wings on cars back in the day, and still now.
Yeah.
But learning how to drive one of these is complicated, to say the least. It takes a long time to learn. So my passion really was to try people to get into that craft. The problem being, you can't get into the craft because you can't actually get hold of the machine to do the craft.
Yeah, and you're literally recasting brand new versions of this whole thing. And remanufacturing the wheels.
Everything. So now I'm making continuations of the originals, and they're identical. Every nut and bolt, it's all Whitworth. It's all Whitworth threads. The wheel, they're the lower wheels, all different profiles.
So all brand new, right?
The top one's new.
Yeah.
Then this is my new plaques, made in England, proudly.
Fantastic.
Again, matched to the original with all the pattern numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
So now, if anyone wants to get into the craft, you can at least get the machine, which is basically the idea behind these ones, which is a half wheel. It's half the size, assuming that people might not have the space to fit a full-size machine in. I'm making these available so you can have a go and learn with something a bit smaller.
And you could still do a fairly sizable, I mean, you do like an E-type Jag bonnet in there. I suppose it's restricted by the width.
The restriction is that, but the panel could be, essentially, you only need to get to the middle of the panel, then you could turn it around and do the other half. So in theory, you could do, but something about that big, but panels typically tend to be made in pieces. So you could, for like patch panel repairs, like even half a door skid you'd get through this quite easily. So it's a good size, but you can actually still pick it up. It's, you know, bolted to your bench. It's a good size, and trying to keep costs down as much as possible.
Yeah, and I can see in the background something you've been making repair panels for this Austin pedal car.
My pedal car, yes. Yeah.
And a lot of those, or all of those,
probably better.
Right, a lot of these you've made using that very randoler, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this side is now finished.
Oh, that is lovely. Look at that. I mean, how many complex curves there? That's incredible. And that's all done by hand.
It's been a nightmare. Not a lot of it's the original,
Okay.
like pressed bits, but it's a combination. There's still work to do. You can see the seams here and there and panel beating to do, but it's just in priming us. It doesn't go rusty.
And when this was first made, this was like stamped out of one piece of metal, right?
This will be pressed.
And so you can't do that. So you literally, if you have to remake a section of here,
you're cutting it out and you're shaping it round and welding it back in.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Making all sorts of tools like this.
I remember seeing this.
Yeah. So we're sort of making, this is like a male and female die. That over there, to hammer the metal into to make the panels with this little indent in them.
That is so impressive.
It's cool, isn't it?
It is very cool.
Fold the edges over,
Yeah.
shrink around the edge, fold these, and it's just like the original.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's a bit messy there, but it's just a lot going on.
So aside from the epic projects and awesome machinery here, look at this. You made this large spanner for, I think, Goodwood Revival last year,
Yes,
right?
yeah, get some good pictures.
Absolutely amazing. I mean, what is that? 20 feet?
It's massive. It's like nearly 4 meters tall.
Yeah.
It's a Whitworth spanner, and it's got the measurements on it, 7 1/16. That is the equivalent measurement if that was a real size spanner.
Wow.
We've tried to be accurate in every detail, but Revive and Thrive, it says down the front of it, is an area at Goodwood Revival every year where we sort of curate an area where we have craftspeople coming down, just demonstrating, encouraging people to have a go, get stuck in, have a go at sign writing, gilding, basket making, block printing, all sorts of different crafts, heritage crafts, just trying to inspire people to have a go.
Dom, thanks so much for having me, man.
You're welcome.
Absolute legend.
Not at all. Thank you.
Cheers, buddy.